I came from a family where my mother streaked on the beach, and I was the sexy girl, and I was wearing mini skirts and bikinis, and I had no deadlines, and I drank alcohol. And all the parents of my friends would kind of tell their children to be friends with me, but keep a little distance and sort of blend more with those that were more conservative, and they kind of fit into that mold. So many years later, I have all these women coming up to me at my workshops saying, Pooja, we want our daughters to grow up to be just like you. You symbolize women empowerment, and you symbolize the woman that leads life on her own terms, and you have such an amazing life, and how you've sort of confronted your challenges and obstacles. And I laugh because I'm the same girl. I still wear mini skirts, I still wear bikinis, I still have when you're sexy, you are sexy. Back then, there was a clear demarcation between the goody girl next door and the sexy girl, and you couldn't play both roles. Once you were the sexy girl, you had to be the sexy girl. And I only felt that to be very limiting professionally, but as they say, if you can't win them, join them. So I just joined the whole sexy brigade, and I reveled in being a sex symbol. I reveled in the persona. I used to look up books and find these quotes that would shock people just for sensational value. Quotes like, virginity is nothing but a big issue over a small tissue. And people would react and go hysterical and say, look what she said, and there'd be all this chaos, and I'd kind of get building this whole image of sexy and brazen and bold and all of that. And I really reveled in it, and I enjoyed it. I did the Kama Sutra campaign, the first Indian actress to do a condom campaign. It sparked what they called the sexual revolution in India. The British tabloids heralded it as that. The choice is always yours, how you choose to brand yourself. It's your decision, it's your life, it's your body, it's your career. You decide how you want to take it. There's a market for everybody. I don't see male attention as a bad thing. I think when you are sexy, people are going to look at you to say, oh, I'm going to flash my cleavage, but don't look. It's ridiculous. Of course they're going to look. And you want it to be seen. That's why you're flashing it in the first place. And I choose to wear sexy clothes. I like being sexy. I don't see sexy as a bad word at all. The problem is everyone has issues about anything regarding the word sex or sexuality. And suddenly there's this movement that says objectification, and when women are doing it consensually, out of their own will, there's nothing wrong in it. And why can't a woman be proud to flaunt her body? And why can't a woman say, yes, I like male attention? What's wrong in liking male attention? Why do we assume man is just an animal? Man also has a sense of dignity. He also has a sense of pride. He also has a sense of right and wrong. And yes, there are few people out there, a handful of people, if you look at the large extensive population of men. Why have we branded them all as demons who are waiting to pounce on a woman? There are some people, yes, but that doesn't make the male race a bad race. A woman gets equally turned on or excited by watching Hrithik Roshan's abs. But we won't turn around and say, oh, women are like that, we're objectifying men, how are women looking at that? We always make women the victims and men the aggressors. My mother was walking down the street, I was very young, very sexy backless blouse. And this guy, some roadside Romeo as we call them, whistled, sexy! And she stopped and she looked at him and she said, thank you. And she continued walking. I said, Mama, how can you say thank you? Give him a tight slap. How dare he? And she looked at me. She said, really, darling? Tell me something. I walk into the Taj ballroom for a lovely party. And a stranger walks up to me and says, Prathima, you look beautiful, my darling. He's in a three-piece suit. What do I say? Thank you. This man is saying the same thing. He just doesn't have the finesse to say it in this manner. He's saying the same thing. You know, you can turn around and get upset about something, or you can choose to see it as a compliment. When you outgrow something, it's time to move on. And that's exactly what I've done my whole life. I've gone from being a sex symbol to being a housewife, to enjoying that whole phase of being a housewife to perfection. I did every cooking course, Thai, continental, Mexican, Italian, napkin folding, salads, did the works, played the perfect wife. When that was over, I got back onto television. I was a talk show host, I did reality shows. Suddenly I was a daredevil, Khatron Ke Khiladi. There I am in my mid-30s, jumping off helicopters, bungee jumping down 12 floors head first, lying in a pit with 300 snakes on me. And then you have me after 10 years of research, which I've done in the world of metaphysics and science and different modalities, neurolinguistic programming, etc., come out in the Happy Soul workshops. So every phase is so organic. And if you just keep holding on to the past, I would never have had the opportunity to explore these amazing new journeys that I've constantly taken, and journeys that have taken me from strength to strength, emotionally, professionally, financially, in every possible manner. Why would I want to negate all of this and just hold on to that? Like people told me, Pooja, write a relationship column, but your marriage failed, your relationships failed. I said, they didn't fail. I said my marriage was amazing and I was there. When my marriage no longer served its purpose, when it became a place of discord, of grief, of pain, it was no longer worthy holding on to. And success is not holding on to a bad marriage forever. Success is exiting a bad marriage in the best possible way that I can go to my ex-husband's next marriage and take my kids along with me and dance at his wedding and be happy. That is success. To end a bad marriage successfully, that is success. For the last 10 years, I've been researching the science of spirituality. I've done courses in neurolinguistic programming. I've got the highest diplomas from the California Hypnosis Institute of India, behavioral programmings, behavioral resolutions, clinical hypnosis, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, energy modalities, Usui Reiki, Karuna Reiki, shamanism, heal your life, soul temple, magnified healing. It goes on. All these different modalities are inextricably linked. When you see it all in perspective, there's a grid. And it's fascinating to see how one ties into the other. And through my workshops, what I essentially do is teach people the science of spirituality. People have attended my workshops, and there are different things I do, the different modules for different things, because there's so much. I don't take it seriously, just people's perspectives. Because here I am doing everything I wanted to do. I wake up happy, I sleep happy. I love earning money, I love spending money, I love living my life to its fullest. I love going out there and helping people. It could be emotionally, it could be mentally, it could be physically, it could be financially. I love being out there. That's just who I am.